Good early AM. I only have four on the clock to say what I have to say, so I'm trying to say this as fast as I can. um, what looks like punishment? Punishment for you is really not punishment. It's transition, or it's a lesson from God, or it's a redirection from God to get you in alignment to where He wants you to be in your life. But there are people out there that are so full of pride, so full of ego, and so full of themselves that they would make their situation about you. They would say, oh, God's punishing them for what they did to me. In reality, God is repositioning them to be what God needs them to be. I used to be this way. I'd be like, you know what? That's what they get. They shouldn't have treated me bad. But you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes God uses you to reposition someone else to where they need to be for Him to utilize them for their purpose. It's not all about you. Take it from someone who knows. And when you think you know everything, that's when you realize you haven't learned nothing yet. It's just the beginning. There's so much more for you to learn. There's so much more for you to achieve. So much more for you to understand. I'm so tired. So excuse my appearance if I'm not looking my vibrant self. I am really, really tired. I've been running and running, and I'm up because I have an early appointment this morning, and so there's some things that I have to get done. And I've been running for the last few days now. So yeah, I could use like a 24-hour nap. I ain't gonna lie. But if anybody knows what I'm talking about, you have to, hold everything down by yourself so you can know what I'm talking about, so you know where I'm coming from, so you can understand my stress. It's not really stress, but you can understand my tiredism. How about that? You can understand why I'm looking tired. Yeah, but that's what I was told to tell you, that, when people look at you as going through a karmic state, sometimes it's not a karmic state that you're going through. It's a transitional state where you're going from your old self to your new self. And in that process, you have to be broken down. You're being remolded. You're being taught. You're learning more about yourself. You're learning lessons that you might not have learned if you stayed in the prior situation that you were in. So don't always assume that your situation is bad because you're going through a karmic state or something's bad. And don't assume someone else's situation is a karmic state or something bad, because you really don't know what God's doing in that person's life. That's why you shouldn't pass judgment. Anyways, I'm glad to know you guys. And please like, share, subscribe, all of that good jazz. Ring my bell if you like. Hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.